want you to do is look
If you need
around
help,
and
just
observe.
let me know, okay?
See, all the majority of the trees are covered with mould, moss and lichen. But there's two specimens here that I'm going to point out that are completely clean. There's no moss, there's no lichen going on. This one here, and there's another one here. This is actually a very rare species. This is known as the Daintree satinate. They haven't done a lot of research into it, but it was only named about 25 years ago. But it has a symbiotic relationship with this little black ant that's running up and down it. Now that's ant's job. The tree provides a host for home for it. But the ant's job is to keep any lichens, anything, keep the tree clean. Careful. It's either a band-aid or a swim in the river. Just keep that in mind. As we come past
Take your time, it's okay. Not a race.
No rush whatsoever.
More important to not fall.
Steve comes in further.
You better get the quads stronger, Grandma.
But you're kicking while you're swimming. Work on the quads and the hamstrings.
Yep. That's what you better kick for the swimming when you go back.
So it's alternate. I do like one with just mostly arms and then kicking and back and forth.
If you kick, then you can actually keep your workout shorter.
She's also the swimming just like people.
Now this tree I'm standing in front of is a rose mahogany. Now, as you can observe, the rainforest soil is very, very hard indeed. Lots of rocks, lots of givers, and that means that the rainforest trees are very shallow rooted. Now, in order for a tree of this size to support itself, it needs to put out these buttress roots to give itself the foundation stability. But if this tree was growing up in the Appleton Tablelands where they had a rich volcanic soil, not easy to be able to put down a taproot. But also these buttress roots, they also help keep the leaf litter in. And if you scratch around the base of that buttress, you'll find all these fine roots spreading out over the rainforest floor to gain all the nutrients. But this tree was very important to the local indigenous because of the resources it provided. It was also a method of communication. The other thing about this tree, the indigenous, was it belonged to a bloodline. Only one family could access the resources of this particular tree. No one else could touch anything of it. No one else could take its fruit. No one else could take any products from it. Because what they'd do, they'd use these buttresses, they'd make their boomerangs out of the buttress, they'd use the buttresses to make their war shield out of it. They'd use this as a shelter. And they'd also use it as a method of communication. If you're lost in the rainforest, you hear how that reverberates? It's a method of communication. Oh, bloody Johnny's lost again, we better go and find him. So, again, very resourceful for them. But another thing, when this tree is in flower, a lot of the marsupials in this rainforest will come up and they'll be racing up and down the side of the tree, waiting, going up and getting to the nectar. But the apex predator in this rainforest now is actually the python. Now the indigenous, when they were living over in the rainforest, they used to keep everything in check. They were always the keepers of the forest, but I won't comment about the actions of their government. And they were once the apex predators. But as they were here, that I had my best cassowary sighting ever. We had 9 sightings in this park. Because at one time, later in about August, we have a lot of fruit fall in the forest that brings birds in. And I walked around the corner and here's this cassowary. And there's 2 chicks. And I had the cassowary chicks whistling around my feet and the dad pecking at my chest. And I'll tell you what, if that wasn't a brown trouser moment, you tell me what was. But he moved off into the forest and we walked around the corner and he come up and seen us again. And we walked around out on the exit and he come up and said hello again. So I still counted, it might have been the same cassowary 3 times, but there's still 9 sightings. Tour guides, stretch the truth in any way they can. Like politicians' promises. have a thing called poetic license.
Look at the mushrooms. Yeah.
Why have I stopped here? Because we've got this is a magnificent example of a strangle peak, and it always takes my breath away thinking that this took root in the rainforest and it been grew down. So it's estimated to be down 400 or 500 years of age, and you can see the whole tree is actually rotted away, and you can see through the centre of it. So that's a wonderful apartment block for a lot of our native wildlife, and it provides so much fruit to the forest animals. When you get up close to it, there's a spot you can sit at. You can actually take a wonderful photo. If you do that panorama thing that I showed you, you can get a wonderful shot of the tree coming up to the rainforest center. This is a Daintree bumpy satin ash, starting from our organic delivery, put its flowers into the fruit in the sun. So in a couple of months' time I'll be able to have a nice system. Not all bush tucker is edible straight off the tree, but that's one of them that can have a bit of a nibble on. It's like a macadamia nut. This tree behind me, if any of the European settlers discovered one of these on their properties, they would chop it down and burn it, which is a damn shame because it was a very fine cabinet tree. But it produces this seed pod, and the seeds inside were toxic to humans, cattle, horses, etc. But my brother and I, when we grew up in North Queensland, we used to have so much fun at these. We'd have these seed pods and use the seeds. I won't tell you what the cards are after we give me back to the van, okay?
Squishy. moss slippery, right? Not slippery.